Hello and welcome to episode number 235 of the WWE Challenge Run. This is it. WrestleMania is here. And, yeah. I've made a last minute change to the format of the show. Like, this whole time we had it set up to be, 2-night event, Saturday and Sunday. That's been the plan all year, is to do 2 nights of Mania. But I just got to the show today and I thought, I feel like I don't need to stretch it out across 2, so we've sort of merged the card together. Like, WWE title match, World title match, Women's title match, SmackDown Women's title match, IC title ladder match we've kept. No US title match, no tag title matches. A lot of the people that were previously booked are now on the pre-show Battle Royal because there's only one show. And yeah, it's going to be a damn good WrestleMania if I do say so myself. The most stupendous one-night event in the history. Without any further ado, let's jump straight into the show. We start on the pre-show, the Andre Memorial Battle Royal, and we have Kenny Omega now, and he debuted on the WrestleMania pre-show on the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, because I was thinking about how to bring him in, but doesn't get bigger than 97,000 people pre-show Battle Royal at WrestleMania. So Kenny Omega's in this, along with a lot of other star-studded names, but Kenny's the first one eliminated. Happy Corbin tosses Kenny Omega straight out. And Corbin actually wins the whole thing. Like, he got a load of big names in it: Adam Cole, AJ Styles, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Edge, Keith Lee, Kenny Omega, Kevin Owens. All these people. Randy Orton's in here, Rey Mysterio, Seth Rollins, The Miz, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sheamus. All these people, and Kenny goes first, obviously, because, it's Kenny Omega. What are you really going to do with him? So he's just here to fill out the roster. He might be 24/7 champion or something, but I can't really see me actually booking him properly. But yeah, Aleister Black, Andrade, and Seth Rollins for the final 4. Apparently, Happy Corbin wins the whole thing. Happy Corbin wins the Memorial Battle Royal. Stone Cold opens the segment because he's the host. He goes over the whole thing. I just went through in the intro. It's now 1 night instead of 2. Yeah, and there's been a couple of changes to the plans because some people haven't made it. Some people have been found attacked. Some people have gone missing entirely. So there might be a couple of last minute changes to the announced card that we were expecting, especially along with the whole shrinking of the card thing. But we're actually going to kick off with the Raw Women's Championship match. Becky and Rhea opens the show, and much like at SummerSlam in real life, Becky smacks Rhea and pins her in about 20 seconds to retain the title. Becky gets an 88 and a 91 for Rhea Ripley. Match had very little drama or flow to it, as nobody in the ring had the psychology to control properly. That makes sense, because it went 1 minute 22 seconds, and these didn't really have the psychology for that. So yeah, it sort of did drag a little bit, that 28 seconds that it went on, which makes sense completely, And yeah, after that, Becky grabs a mic, and she's like, was this the biggest threat to Big Time Bex's championship? Look how big brain I am. But you shouldn't have taken a microphone, because nobody told Becky that tonight was open mic night. And out comes Brandy Rhodes, and she's like, you're the Big Time Bex, well, I'm a big time bitch. Smacks Becky in the face, and we get an impromptu Raw Women's title match. Brandy then beats Becky in about 10 seconds to win the championship. So Brandy, we've only been on the air for about 5 minutes. We've had 2 Women's Championship matches already, and Becky beat Rhea, and now Brandy is beating Becky. Some important stuff happening already on this show. That's how you know it's going to be a good one. Xavier Woods is here to do the Scott Hall Memorial Ladder match, but he's the only announced participant that's going to stay in because the rest of them couldn't make it. Then they introduce his new challengers. We've got Logan Paul, Danhausen, Jimmy Shane, Andre Chase. Walter's music hits, he comes out and says that his name's now Gunther, and he's in the match. And then Pete Dunne also comes out and he says that his name is now Butch, and he's also in the match. So it's Xavier Woods, Logan Paul, Danhausen, Jimmy Shane, Andre Chase, Gunther, and Butch is the match, which gets us and 67. Butch fractured his arm. That kind of sucks, but it's Logan Paul who defeats Jimmy Shane, Xavier Woods, Andre Chase, Danhausen, Butch and Gunther. Logan Paul retrieves the title and is the new Intercontinental Champion. 87 for Woods, 33 for Shane, 60 for Paul, 56 for Chase, 52 for Danhausen, 80 for Butch, and a 94 for Gunther. So yeah, Logan Paul definitely the best option out of the bunch there to win. Hence why he did it. Xavier Woods wasn't happy about losing this match, but like I don't really care. I'll probably release him after the show anyway, because Logan Paul's the champion now, so I don't really need him anymore. Jimmy Shane apparently injured Butch. That kind of sucks. Anyway, Tegan Knox comes out for the SmackDown Women's Championship match, and then Pierce comes out and he's like, you know, Tegan, you're supposed to defend against Dakota tonight, but she's sort of vanished. Nobody can really find her, and that's really confusing. Like, why she decided to just vanish on this show? But fear not, who got an opponent for you? Out comes Nikita Lyons, and Nikita Lyons versus Tegan Knox. It goes a couple of minutes. She gets Tegan down, and Tegan sort of backs into the corner, and Nikita gives her a stink face, and Tegan starts to like pass out, and the referee calls for the bell, and Nikita Lyons is the new champion. She won, you know, making Tegan pass out in the stink face. 26 for Nikita, 70 for Tegan, and yeah, new SmackDown Women's Champion. Big E, Finn Balor and Cesaro come out for the World Heavyweight Championship match up next, and you know, this is the one Big E won the Royal Rumble to get. And Shane's like, you know, hold on a minute. If we added Cesaro to this match, I can add a fourth participant. That's when he introduces Shanky. Shanky is going to be the fourth member of this match, and on the night, the World Heavyweight Championship match has gone from a triple threat between Big E, Finn Balor and Cesaro to a fatal four-way, also including Shanky. And in 82, Shanky wins the World Heavyweight Championship. He submits Finn Balor in 13:43. Shanky gets a 31, an 80 for Cesaro, an 84 for Finn, and an 83 for Big E, which is pretty fucking cool. Shanky gets it done. We have a new World Heavyweight Champion. It's not Cesaro or Big E, it's Shanky. And yeah, long may he reign. I just wonder how long his reign's going to last for. JFL performance, because they've got a 5-on-5 tag match up next. Obviously with people falling off the show and banishing, you know, people that shouldn't have been on the show in the first place, like Edge and Seth Rollins and all them, to the pre-show. We've got to make room for a J-Flow 5-on-5 match, and they're going to face the Updog Blues, which is the team of Taylor Woodcock, Connor Ramsey, Sergeant Doom, Slayer Mathis, and Jerry Zarelli. And J-Flow picked up a WrestleMania win. Mackie pins Taylor Woodcock with a diving headbutt, so Taylor lets the Updog Blues down. Jerry Zarelli carried the ring. He got 91. 67 for Slayer Mathis, 69 for Sergeant Doom, 70 for Connor Ramsey, and a 78 for Taylor Woodcock. 48 for Marika, 58 for Mizuki, 68 for Mina, 65 for Tam, and a 71 for Mackie. Big J-Flow win here at WrestleMania. That's cool. That'll help them out a lot, especially, you know, against 5 super overstars like the Updog Blues. They probably have the popularity to rub off. Just being in the ring with them will make them better. In a superb shoot fight. This is a shoot fight like UFC style inside the cage. Phil Mitchell defeats Brock Lesnar in 13:48. He headbutts him, knocks him the fuck out in, you know, 13:48. Apparently with a top rope splash as well. I guess that's just him adding insult to injury, getting Brock Lesnar the fuck out of his pub, you know. Brock got to 91 and a 74 for Phil Mitchell, which, you know, battle of two of the toughest bastard out of Saskatchewan, the toughest bastard out of the Queen Vic. You know, WrestleMania fight for the ages there. Then we get Cody. Cody's here. And Triple H comes out and he's like, you know, I'm not really feeling this match, Cody. You're not really worth my time. You're an AEW scumbag. And you need to be welcomed to the big leagues where you can face someone like me. So here's your real first opponent back in WWE. Out comes Omos. And it's going to be Cody versus Omos at WrestleMania. Goes 32 seconds, Omos pins Cody with a chokeslam, gets a 70. They got great chemistry though, so maybe I can run it back, you know, next time, give Omos another win. Sort of rub Cody's popularity off on him, you know, because he's got 82 popularity, and I think Omos has got like 60, so I kind of want to pass most of that off to Omos instead of keeping it on Cody. Cody's got an 84 and a 76 for Omos, and yeah, big win at WrestleMania for the big boy. An 88 rated match. We got our celebrity match of the night, you know, an exploding death match between Chris Rock and Will Smith. And Will Smith actually gets the win, apparently with his sister Abigail in 25-54. That's odd. Why the fuck has he done that? Chris Rock gets a 78 and Will Smith gets a 90. And yeah, Will Smith drops Chris Rock at WrestleMania in an exploding death match. You know, maybe before the ring could blow up, but maybe he'd leave him in the ring and the ring would blow up. Match of the night as well, by the way. This. And then get the big announcing segment. Utami's going to make a decision of what brand she's going to, and Stone Cold calls her out. And she's like, you know what? This show's been all over the place. I don't like it here. I'm going to go to AEW. And Steve's like, what? Well, take this to AEW with you son of a bitch. Stunner. And then beer bath. So yeah, I had Utami around for all those 2 months. Then I suddenly decided, you know, that I don't really want her anymore. So we're going to let her go to AEW. All that build up was just to announce that she was leaving, and then Stone Cold hits her with a stunner. Interesting stuff. Up next, though, Roman Reigns and The Rock, the main event of the show. And of course, The Rock's not here because he's The Rock. He's got a busy schedule. He's too busy being in Fortnite and all these other things. But don't worry, we've got a suitable replacement because one of the biggest stars in Hollywood has pulled out. So let's get one of the biggest stars in Bollywood. Veer Mahaan has come to WrestleMania. Star of Disney's $1 Million Arm, and he's going to take on the Tribal Chief for the WWE Championship in the main event of WrestleMania. He gets a 70. He busts out the People's Elbow, apparently. He drops Roman with the $1 Million Arm and then hits the People's Elbow on him. And yeah, Veer wins the WWE title in about 20 seconds. The bell rings, Roman charges at Veer. He drops him with the $1 Million Arm clothesline, hits the People's Elbow in honor of The Rock to win the WWE Championship. 74 for Roman and a 79 for Veer. They don't click, apparently. But the show's not over there because this is going to be the biggest, most stupendous WrestleMania of all time. And what better way to do that than by booking the biggest match in WrestleMania history, Championship Unification match right here, right now. WWE Champion Veer Mahaan versus World Heavyweight Champion Shanky. And they're going to have an epic battle in the true main event of WrestleMania to unify the championships right here, right now. Gets a 57. Apparently the belt dragged a lot. I don't understand why. Exposed for not being fit enough. Apparently the game, I don't know why the game's saying that that's a thing. Like, this shouldn't be a thing. Because it's Veer and Shanky, you know. But, yeah. Veer beat Shanky in 88-44 by pinfall with a rock bottom. Veer makes events number 1 on the WWE title and wins the World Heavyweight Championship. 99 for Veer, 38 for Shanky, and WrestleMania closes with Veer holding up the World Heavyweight and the WWE Championships, as we've got one unified champion. His name is Veer Mahaan. Apparently, the match was too long. I don't know why. 75 rated show, though. That's actually pretty good, you know. I should have put Will Smith and Chris Rock as the main event because they got an 88. And yeah. What matters more than that 75, though, is what you thought of the show. So do let me know what you thought in the comments below. Sorry for the last minute changes to the card. I really didn't anticipate it, but a lot of people didn't show up or whatever, and I just decided, you know, let's not make this 2 nights. Let's make it 1 night. Trim the card down. Stick a bunch of people in the Battle Royal. Make that more prestigious, you know, because it should be. And yeah. Let me know your thoughts on the show below, and I'll see you next time for State of the Universe / goal setting. See you then. Also, actual WrestleMania will be up tomorrow.